All right, and really exciting that we have good weather for the rest of the week. Good morning, I'm Lucy Bustamante.
And I'm Kelsey Davis. A cooler start to your Tuesday, but the weather this week is going to be something that you're going to want to bottle this up. Let's get over to Gard, who has details.
And luckily we have so much going on. You can get out there and enjoy it. French Quarter Fest at the end of the week looking great. Today, to start off, we have some cooler weather. So if you've not been a fan of that more summer-like feel, stepping out the door this morning, it's almost chilly. We're in the low 40s in Bogalusa. It's 48 at New Orleans International, 40s across the board. And that's because of the calm winds that we had overnight and clear skies. That allows us to lose all of the daytime heating that we had from yesterday, although it was a pretty cool day yesterday. We were stuck in the clouds. But the cold front well off here to the east coast now. We're seeing the rain moving out, which is great news for our friends up to the north. Finally having some drier conditions after multiple days of severe weather and rainfall, and we're going to be dry as well. So we'll warm up to the low 60s by 11. We get to 68 at 2, and then we'll be in the low 70s around 5 o'clock. Forecasting 72 for our high today with that sunshine feeling nice and warm. That's why layers are the name of the game. You won't really need it later on. In the evening, though, you might want to throw that jacket back on. We'll be in the 60s as soon as the sun sets. Still another cool morning tomorrow in the 40s. We'll see some 40s inland down to the southwest as well, like Homa, low 50s just south of the lake. And then Thursday, the 50s become more widespread, but we still could see some isolated upper 40s. So a cool feel out the door the next couple of days. The low pressure moves out. That's bringing us this cool air, but we do see another low that comes across the east coast on Friday. That cold front will keep cooler weather around. It's going to drop us down again. We have a northerly flow on the east side of this high that's building over the plains. So we will get another blast of some cool weather, but that high pressure eventually will take over by the later half of the weekend and we'll warm back up. So we're doing a little roller coaster, below normal, above normal. Our normal is 77 this time of year, so low 70s today to the low 80s Thursday. Then we get back to the mid 70s on Saturday, back to 82 by Monday, kind of on that roller coaster. But it's dry all week, which is, again, great news, especially up to the north where they saw over 20 inches of rain in parts of Kentucky, all the way through the tip of Texas there. We had a lot of rainfall over the Mississippi River Basin. So we're seeing significant river flooding occurring for the areas in red. That has to come downstream. So for the Mississippi River flood stage, right now we're at 7.28 feet at the Carrollton gauge. The flood stage is 17 feet. We're expecting that to crest at 16.5 feet on April 26th. So we still have a ways to go. This is down a week or 10 days out, but this is something we'll have to keep watching because it's going to slowly get fuller and fuller. And it's really close to that flood stage here. I don't expect flooding right now, but we have to watch that forecast. And farther to the north, like Baton Rouge, we are expecting some moderate flooding at least.
But we're not expecting much more rain to add to those totals.
That's the good news.
What about the melting? They didn't get a ton of snow up north this winter to add to that, or is that ever a concern, really?
Well, and I think that that's kind of already started, and they do take that into account in the forecasting. The good news is definitely that we don't have any more significant rainfall events up there to the north, like that stalled out boundary that caused all these problems in the first place last week. So that'll be good, but we do have to keep a close eye on it because some areas upstream are going to see some flooding issues.
All right, good to know. We never like the flooding word around here.
Nor do we like traffic delays, but